Are you the type of person that's always collecting things when you're hiking or walking or when you're traveling and you have a massive collection at home? Let's talk about ways that that might not be helpful for you. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome back to another video by Pan Society. I'm Cherie, and today I want to talk about our tendency for over collection. Now this video is not a judgment on anybody. I am definitely guilty of this, so this is something I'm constantly working on for myself, and I just wanted to share a little bit about my feelings on this. I definitely have a tendency to collect a lot of things that I see that attract my attention, and we're human. That's just kind of what we do. We like to collect pretty things or things that attract us by energy, or when we're traveling we like to collect little trinkets from those trips to remind us of those places. But what happens is we just have a massive amount of stuff. So there's a couple of things that's going on here when we do that. First of all is just having clutter, like having so much stuff that is not serving us in any way. It's just taking up space. And then honestly, how often do you pull out all those little pebbles and can recount where they all come from, or that you're actually using them? So you have tons of things that are just there that are not purposeful in any way, and you've removed them from the place that they come from. Now that's not to say that if you're out walking or whatever, that if something is absolutely calling you, I absolutely believe that there are things that you need in your life, and that's how they come into your life or how they appear to you. So I always try to go into it with the mind of, first, it's calling me for a reason. So is this something that I need to explore here and now? Is this something that I should take and then take with me and explore it when I get home? Or is it something that is for my home? Or is this something that's in a magical working that I'm going to be doing? So I have to ask those questions of myself of, what's the purpose of this? The next one, this one is probably one of the things that we kind of tend to forget in the moment, but it's generally great if you can get into a practice of it, is respecting the item there. So say it's a stone or a pebble or even a leaf or a twig. Did you take the time to ask if it was okay to take it with you? Did you ask permission of the area that you were in? If that was okay, if the spirits or energies there were all right with you removing that, because maybe that's something that's part of them and that area and that specific space, and maybe you weren't supposed to take it with you. I am part of a couple of groups on Facebook and other places, and I always cringe when I see people take a picture of something that they found while walking, and they're like, hey, I saw this on my walk, what's this? And it's like, random items, whether it's something that is natural or something somebody created and left out there for their own workings. But the thing is, we have this habit of just picking up things, and then to make it even cringeworthier is these people took those items from the woods or wherever, and they took them home. So they don't know if there's anything attached to that item, and now they have it in their collection, or if it was from somebody else who left it there for a reason, and now you've disrupted whatever they're doing. So it's always great to be mindful of our space, everybody else's space, nature's space, and make sure that we have permission from nature to take items with us. And then also that whole decluttering factor. We just don't need all that stuff, because that stuff weighs you down, and it doesn't serve any purpose in your life. So if it's not something you immediately need, or it's not something that's calling to you because it needs to be in your life for some reason, maybe just admire it where it's at. And take that time there, and then just move on and leave it for the next person to enjoy as they come along. Keeping in mind, one of the things that I always have to think about is a lot of resources are finite. There are not, now I do believe in abundance, don't get me wrong, but there's sometimes certain things that just there's not a lot of in an area, and we shouldn't all be taking everything from it because we take away from the beauty of those areas. And I'm quickly reminded of like those beautiful beaches that it's the pebbles, I can't think of the name of it, but it's it looks like really smooth glass, but it's actually polished rocks, or sorry, polished glass from broken bottles and stuff. And so it's a colorful beach, but the thing is they've been depleted because people are constantly taking from them. So we all want a piece of something beautiful and bigger, but at what cost, and what cost to us, and what cost to the world and nature and in that specific space. So always be mindful of all our actions when you're out there and you have your attention gets drawn by something and you want to put it in your pocket. Sometimes it's cool to take things with you, and sometimes maybe leave it for the next person to find, or you know, a creature to make a habitat out of it or something. If you've come across situations like this, or you have any other tips, or maybe a counterpoint to this, comment down below, let me know. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in another Pan video.